You've been conditioned, we've all been conditioned to be nice, to abandon ourselves, to overgive, to please in order to be accepted. Our need to be accepted as a survival mechanism within our community. Otherwise, if we are banished from our community, we would not survive once upon a time. That doesn't exist right now. But that part of us has been used and played on in order to keep us being nice, powerless, giving, being good little soldiers, doing what we're told, following in line. And if you're not following in line, there's something wrong with you. Someone's going to shame you. You're not going to be accepted. You're not going to be loved. You're not going to be wanted. And now you're not going to be able to survive. So that ego part of us, the ego within starts to freak out. Oh my God. So you start to be really nice and overgiving and pleasing. You abandon yourself because if you're taking care of yourself, you're selfish in order to stay in line and be told and doing exactly what you've been told in order to be a good soldier and be accepted and wanted and loved and all of that. And that's what we're going to tap on today is getting rid of that fear, getting rid of that shit within us that's not even true. That conditioning that has been passed down generation to generation to generation. Because let me tell you, you are so powerful. And that power lies in not abandoning you, honoring you just as you would your neighbor, respecting you just as you would respect someone else, loving you just as you would love someone else. And when you do that and you honor you and you do that inner work inside of you to stay in your alignment, in your purity, and yes, you can do your shadow work. You can go into your shadow, into that darkness, into that space in order to heal, in order to see, in order to discover and still be in your alignment. You can be in that dark because they both exist, light and dark. One doesn't know the other. And the dark, we go into the dark to learn, to discover, to see, and to bring it into the light. It's also not a place that we stay in. And you can still stay in your alignment, in your power when you go into those dark places to see what needs to be healed without any shame. That's always the key piece, without any shame. When you don't shame yourself for being a human, for having an ego, and for all of that, for your survival mechanisms, all of that, you are more able to be authentic with yourself as to what's in there, what conditioning is there in order to overcome it, in order to clear it out. But we've been, as a society, so instilled with shame to keep us from that, to keep us out of our power. So that's what we're going to tap on right now. If you don't know the tapping points, I have a link below. You may want to save this in order to repeat this. And just remember, tapping can be very forgiving. Just follow me, repeat after me. Even though there's a part of me that's been conditioned. This fear of being shamed, not wanted, banished, not loved. It feels very real in my body. But I don't need to hold on to it anymore. It's not really mine. And I'm in the process of letting this go. Take a deep breath in and out. Even though there's a part of me that abandons myself, that overpleases, overgives, conditioned to be nice in order to be accepted. And I've taken this into my body as if it's real, as if it's true. And yes, it can feel so alive in my body at times. I'm now choosing to release it, as if it's not my truth. And even though there's a part of me that's being conditioned, to abandon myself, to abandon truth, to give away my power, to step out of alignment, to overgive, to abandon myself. I'm ready to release that now. Releasing it from my body, my subconscious, my energy field, across all time, dimension, reality. Now, take a deep breath in and out. So much conditioning. It's all conditioning. I release the conditioning. Even though it can feel so real in my body, when I say no, the fear of saying no, the fear of not being accepted, wanted, not loved. I've got to be nice. I have to be nice. It's the only way to be. I'm a bad person if I'm not nice. I might go to hell if I'm not nice. I'll be shamed if I'm not nice. I have to be a good person. And they tell me how a good person is. I have to be the way I'm told to be, because then I'm a good person. All this conditioning, releasing it all now. Releasing it from my subconscious. Releasing it from my body. From releasing it from all levels of my being. Even generationally. Clearing this belief. I release this conditioning. That I need to live the way I'm told to live. That I'm limited to this box. That I'm not supposed to honor myself. I'm supposed to abandon myself. I release it. I release this conditioning from all levels of my being. I choose to be in my truth. I choose to honor me. I choose to be sovereign. I choose to be in my alignment. I allow myself to see the truth without any shame. And yes, to notice in my body when I'm out of my own alignment, when I'm not in my truth, without any shame, and to let it go. I choose to be in my alignment. I choose kindness over niceness. I choose filling my cup, coming into my alignment, coming into my power, choosing kindness over niceness. I give from a full cup. I honor me when I need to fill my own cup. I recognize when I need to fill my own cup. And if I forget, it's okay. I'll just come right back. I'm allowed to fill my own cup, honoring me as being a good human. I then have so much more to give, so much more love to give, and my energy will radiate, helping others without doing a thing besides working on my own alignment. I am loving to others when I stop abandoning myself. I help the world as I help myself. And so it is. Take a deep breath in and out. You may want to repeat that. And yes, helping you helps the world. Think of the fragmentals. I think that's the word. Everything is within itself, within itself, within itself. So you've got the planet. Humans and animals and everything are like cells within that planet. Your body is the planet. And then you've got all the cells within. So everything is within itself, within itself, within itself. So if you as a cell in this planet are healing yourself, elevating yourself, rising, you are now strengthening the frequency of the planet, the body of the planet. That's where there's all this conditioning and belief that we have to always push and force and do everything outside of us. Yet it's within us that we make the biggest impact on this planet.